In the cracks of cartoon history, there are a lot of obscure cartoons that we may or may not remember. Yet, some of them stood out so much that it's impossible to fully forget about them. And one show that's celebrating its 25th anniversary today fits in that category: Angela Anaconda. It was originally just 2 shorts on Nickelodeon's Complete M series in its first season, but it evolved into its own series that got aired on Fox Kids. However, it did make its way back into Nickelodeon's airing schedule during the 2000s, and that's how this series of freaky little cutouts came into my childhood. The show centers around Angela Anaconda, who goes through daily life with her friends Johnny Abadi, Gina Lash, and Gordy Reinhardt, but has to deal with her nemesis, Annette Manoir, who is the rich mean girl of the series who may or may not be of French heritage, and the target of Angela's revenge fantasies that involved Annette getting tortured in some unrealistic, comical way, and Mrs. Briggs, her strict teacher who favors Nanette, making Nanette the teacher's pet. Rhyme intended. Each episode has Angela going through things that most kids would go through, like babysitting a pet turtle, trying to win a bike race or a fundraiser, trying to get a school project done, and some other things that not a lot of kids would go through. The show's art style is somewhat akin to what South Park's is, one that seemingly uses cutout materials such as construction paper and photos, but is all done in 3D software. Except in this show, they had to take various photos of various people to do various expressions of various characters, all of which are grayscale for some reason. Did I say various too much? This style has been said to have been nightmare fuel for some, but I found it quite amusing. Unfortunately, though, it's said that this show caused some kids' parents to get a divorce when they went to go see the Digimon movie, but they saw the Angela Anaconda short that was placed in front of it, causing confusion amongst them. I've heard of cartoons leading to controversies, but this is just sad. It isn't always easy remembering your childhood, but a few of the episodes I can remember seeing on Nickelodeon were Pet Peeves, Pizza Wars, Vicious Cycle, and The Yellow Book Road. Exactly how is it that I remember seeing these specific episodes but not the other ones? Probably because I was more of a Cartoon Network kid in those days, meaning I'd watch Cartoon Network more than I'd watch Nickelodeon anytime. But what specifically made me remember these episodes is the funniest moments that happened in them. Specifically at the end of Pet Peeves, when Angela and her friends were thinking about the cinnamon swirls they were going to buy with their share of the fundraiser money. Pizza Wars, due to the fact that it was a battle of the pizza places. Vicious Cycle, because Angela blew Nanette's head up like a balloon in one of her fantasies. And Yellow Book Road, where Angela fantasizes about her and her friends being in The Wizard of Oz, singing, "Books, books, come and get your books, they're fun, they're mental, they're fundamental." Funny little ditty, I know. Here's a little fact about the amount of episodes the show had. Back in the early days of TV cartoons, it was normal for one season to have 65 episodes, so one episode could air every weekday for 13 weeks, which would be enough to get the kids through the first semester of school. These kinds of shows that get a huge initial order were called strip shows. As Steven Hillenburg, creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, said in Joe Murray's Creating Animated Cartoons with Character, by doing this, it puts the quality of the story hanging in the balance. Steven foresaw this and requested that SpongeBob be made slowly to improve the quality of each story, which Nickelodeon respected, probably because they needed a new mascot since their old mascots were finished. And yes, I'm referring to Ren and Stimpy. But the idea of 65 episodes hasn't left many people's minds. And the modern equivalent to 65 episode first seasons is 2 26 episode seasons and 1 13 episode season, which is what shows like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and of course Angela Anaconda had. Except Angela Anaconda had 1 26 episode season, 1 25 episode season, and 1 14 episode season, according to Wikipedia. Of course, despite the mixed reception the show had, and the peculiar history of the show, there are some people who adore the show and wish to make a reboot of it, specifically YouTuber Amazon King, who got to interview some of the people who worked on the show. It was nominated for 6 awards, won 2 of them, and had high ratings during its airing on Fox Kids. Some of you may have wondered why I would review something with such a mixed bag reputation for its 25th anniversary. And to answer that question, because it's Friday, and Friday is the best day of the week to celebrate anything.